Alright, so here we have Trails of Tucana. I'm going to be doing the playthrough of this solo. It was one of the 5 games that was put up on the poll. This one did not win the live stream, so I'm just doing a recording of this, playing through it, because like I said, I want to try to play some solo games here. This is a flip and write game, or as I've heard recently, flip and fill. I do like that a lot. We're going to be flipping through this deck of cards twice, especially so there's 2 sides of this. We have Isle Petite, which is what we'll be playing on today, right there. And if you want the longer game, you just flip it to Isla Grande. But in this game, you're going to flip through this deck twice. So what you're trying to do is get the most points. That's the win condition. And when you play the solo version of this, you are not really playing against an AI. You're just trying to get the highest score. And according to the back of the rulebook, which we have here, those are the scores you're looking for. So how do you play this game? Well, first you need to actually set up the island. You're going to be setting up the island by flipping the top card of this deck. And that's going to be... it's going to be upside down. Oh boy. But anyway, what you're going to do is, as you notice, we have the 10 points around the board, or around the piece of paper, I should say. And you're going to write these letters down. Why are these letters important? Because you're trying to connect A to A, B to B, C to C, D to D, and E to E. And you'll get the points and bonuses up here for doing that. So I'm going to take this piece of paper away for a bit. What we're doing is we're starting at 1 and moving our way around. So just give me 1 second as I do this. And I have to do it this way, or else you're going to get my giant bald head in the camera. So A, D, C, B, D, A, C, E, B, E. And those are the 10 points surrounding the island. As you can see here, they match the card. Now, once we filled that in, this can all go away. So the game does come with a number of cards to kind of give you variation. Because, you know, I can hear people say, well, what about the variability? That's your variability. So for those of you who don't know how to play Trails of Tucana, I'll try to kind of talk my way through how this goes. And if you have any suggestions for future playthroughs and how I can improve them, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. What you do on a turn is you're going to draw 2 of these cards, and it's going to have 2 different terrain types, and you're going to draw a line between those terrain types. If you can connect villages, which are the lettered locations, to a landmark, and that could be the stone obelisk, the book, the toucan. I think this is supposed to be an abominable snowman. It's tropical. I don't know why I would say that. Let's see what they call them. So I want to get this right. Let's see here. Yeti. It is a Yeti. And then the sea dragon there. The first time you do it, you're going to circle the number, and that's a bonus point. And then you're going to, when you do a second one, and it can't be, another path from the same village, you're going to circle that, and then this little symbol here means you get a bonus path that you get to draw between any of the 2. So then once you've gone through this deck and have completed all your trails, what you're going to do then is score the first round, which is you're basically scoring everything that's up here, not the paths yet, but everything that's up here, and then you're going to put it in this little 1 section. After you, yes, I am checking the rulebook because I don't want to get anything wrong. I don't need anyone adding me in the comments. But after the second round goes through, you're then going to do that again because you might have higher scores, and add that there. Then you're going to add up all the connections you've made between the 2 same villages, and then any bonus cards you got. Now the difference in the solo mode here is that we're only using the number 2 cards, and at the end of the first round, anything that doesn't get collected here is going to be shuffled, and we're only going to draw 2 of them, and those are the only 2 that I'll be able to use in the next round. So that's really the only difference between basic and solo. Otherwise, you're pretty much playing the same game. Now, before I start playing, I'm going to check my camera configuration that we're still doing good. We're still doing good, and if I knock things around here, I do apologize. Like I said, still getting used to stuff. All right. It should be mentioned that you don't need to actually start in any specific place. You just need to be drawing paths between the same terrains. So this looks like sand and rock. So I would choose any sand and rock, or rock and sand, out here and draw a path. And right now, I'm thinking if I want to start connecting villages, the highest bonus I can get is E to E. And that's not too tricky. So I could start by doing E to E. Now let's see how well that popped up there. It did. So usually the game comes with pencils, and usually you can play with pencils. I'm playing with a pen, so it shows up easier on the camera than with a pencil. So that's just that. All right. Next set. Forest and wild. So I could basically do anything here. So I want to connect E to E. So, but I also could connect D to D as well. And that would be D to D. And I could actually start collecting here. So I'm just going to do... Well, actually, it's good to think about the more difficult ones that come up. Now, I thought on here, yeah, right up here, it tells you how many of each type there are. So there's less water out there. So I might want to use this as an opportunity to go from forest to water. All right. Oh, there we go. So water to water. Thinking about the A to A. Because even though A's bonus is only 2 points, getting it done here is 14. So let's just do this water to water. All right. And now we have rock to sand again. Let's do this. Let's try to get some points for the toucan there. Water to rock. Let's see. Connect that to A. I'm going to take a quick break because I want to see how we're looking here on the camera. And you can pretty much see and follow everything I'm doing. Wonderful. Okay. So now we've got forest to rock. Let's do forest to rock this way. Maybe we can connect that toucan and get some points. Sand to wild. Sand to wild, I think. Since we're trying to go D to D, let's... Oh, that would take us way out of the way. I don't want to do that. Sand to wild. Maybe this would be our best option. All right. So forest to forest. Let's score that toucan. So right here, we have now officially connected a toucan to the village. So I'm going to circle this right here. So at the end of round 1, I know I have 2 points. So we're hoping to get some more, I guess. So sand to sand. That is pretty good for doing A to A. So let's just mark out this direct middle here. Sand to sand. All right. I am writing sideways, so my lines are all squiggly. All right, forest to sand. And forest to sand, since we're trying to go E to E, that's pretty good. We can connect that there. Forest to forest. We're getting closer to trying to connect from E to E there. Okay. Oop, rock and sand. Rock and sand. So I could try to work backwards on the other D. All right. And then sand to rock, or back and forth, however you want to say that. Okay. So I spoke too soon. We do have an extra card. I do believe, let me just check the rules, that will be the, yes, that gets shuffled in. All right, so first things I do is I check how many points I got here. I didn't get a heck of a lot of points. So I'm going to, so it's up right here, put a 2 in there. Now, as stated in the solo rules, you take all of these bonus cards and you shuffle them up. And then you just draw 2. So we're looking for B to B and D to D. So the strategy of me trying to do E to E didn't work out for me. So all of these get shuffled now. We have round 2. At the end of round 2, we'll see how many points I have. Which doesn't look like it's going to be much, to be honest. All right, here we go. Forest and sand. All right. Well, I'm trying now to go D to D and or B to B. I never even started B to B. So, forest and sand, I can create this path going from B to B. All right. Forest and rock. Forest and rock, I think, will get me. I could try to get this book attached, or I could just try starting doing that. But let's do this for now. I was going to try to connect this forest and this rock to try to have just meet in the middle. But forests and rocks do have a majority of cards in here, so I'm not too concerned about that. Plus the wilds are there. There's a wild and there's a rock, so I could just do this again to get the D to D. All right. Well, I need one more to do it. Forest and sand. So I could do this. We have attached our other toucan to B. The first one was to D. So I'm going to circle this. Well, I'm going to square this. Gives me an extra 3 points. Plus, I may make any path that I want. So I'm actually going to make this path here. Oh, forgot to circle that. Sorry about that. So I'm going to do this here. And we now have D to D. So I'm going to circle this point value over here. I'm also going to collect this card here and give myself 4 points. Now, just so there's anybody out there asking, I cannot collect that toucan again. The toucan has already been attached to that village. So, and you can only circle things twice. All right. So that was one round of cards there. So water to sand. Now I'm trying to get to B to B. It's possible. It's not probable, but it is possible. So I'm going to actually try and start that water to sand. Okay. Trees to water. If I'm going to try to connect those together, then I'll try to get B to B. Then water to rock. Water to rock. If I did this, I could get points for the Yeti. But I'm trying to think. B to B, water to rock. I think, yeah, we're going to have to do that one for now. Gets me 3 points. All right. Perhaps I'm playing a little better in this round. Though I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to be like, you're doing terrible. Okay. So rock to sand, sand to rock, either or. Wild to water. I could do the water to water here, and then all I'll need is that water to there to connect B to B. That would be some decent points. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So the water to the water. Because like I said, water has the lowest amount of base cards without the wilds in there. So then sand to forest. All right, let's put B to B on hold. Sand to forest. And what I'm going to do is sand to forest. And that book is now attached to B. I get to square off this here, which gives me 2 points. And then I have a chance to do a path of my own. And I'm going to build that one there, which gets me from B to B. I will circle this and then write in 2 points on the bonus. And those are the only bonuses I can get in the game now. Okay. And let's see here. I'm just going to check the rules on one thing to make sure I'm getting it right. Yep, bonus trails. Just checking on that. Okay. Next set. Sand and rock. Okay, sand and rock. Take a look what we got here. I could do sand and rock right here, and it would get me the obelisk. Then sand and rock again. Sand and rock. I could try to get the E to E, but A to A is always going to be more points. But there's not really many options right now for me to consider that. So I'm going to branch off here and do sand to rock. And our last one here, forest to sand. Forest to sand actually gets me this. If I go here, I can get that. Where do I want to make my bonus path? It's not going to get me anything, I think. I'm just going to make the bonus path. Could I get to the other Yeti? No. I could get to the Sea Dragon if I did that. So I can get those points. All right. So now that that round is over, because we have the leftover card, I will add up all these points and put them here. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 19 points. A nice switch from 2 points to 19. And something I like to do here just because it makes it easier for me. I'll put 21 right there as I'm adding things up. Then I'm going to add up all my bonuses here. So 13 plus 11, 24. 24, so it makes me at 45. And then 6 points here puts me at 51. All right. Now, that is the short game of Trails of Tucana. Now, I'm going to check and see if I ever moved that map out of the way of how things go. No, we're looking pretty good. If we take a look at the rulebook here, where the achievement is, at 51 points, I am you're better than a Yeti at least. Now, that is pretty much how you play Trails of Tucana solo. Like I said, you have these cards here, and in the first round you have all of them available to you, and in the second round you shuffle them, whatever's left, and then just pick two. I got these two, and I did score both of them, but if you would like to see a playthrough of the other side of the map, please let me know and I can do that. But as for right now, thanks for joining me, everybody. This has been Trails of Tucana. This has been designed by Eilif Svensson and Kristian Ostby. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Aporta Games, and plays it about 15 minutes. Yeah, solid little game, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.